Hey, it's Jamie here. I'm at the tour of Nevada City. I'm with Noel Brownell with the Brownell Mortgage team. And tonight we're going to talk about the market, where it's headed, where it was last year. We're also going to promote this awesome shop that's been ingrained in Nevada County since I think 1969. Noel, good to see you.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah, thanks for being here.
Totally.
Tell us about what happened last year in 2022, or tell me about it. Like what we had some major changes from where we started January of 2022 to where we are now, right?
Yeah, so goodness, in January of 2022, we were doing roughly about 70% more business. Interest rates were in the threes still. But there was no inventory, and every time that someone would come to me to get pre-approved, they were up against multiple offers, sometimes 20, 30, 40, 50 offers, having to offer 100,000 over asking to get homes. And that's completely changed, where people that are making offers are actually getting their offers accepted.
I read that the rates jumped from 3% to 7% in 4 months.
That sounds about accurate.
Or close to,
Yeah.
right?
Uh-huh.
So what does that do to a buyer?
I mean, essentially, if let's just say you have a 3% interest rate, and then all of a sudden your interest rate goes to 6%, now you're paying twice as much interest. So if your payment was, let's say, $1,500 for a specific price point, now it's going to be double that. Okay. So it takes someone that maybe before qualified for a $700,000 house, now they only qualify for a $350,000 house.
Wow, that's a big change. So maybe give us like the low credit scores and what to expect, and then work me up to the 800 credit score or whatever. Does it go as high as 800? 750?
Yeah.
Okay,
850,
850. Okay,
yeah.
there it is, 850.
So minimum credit score, you need a 580 to buy a home to get a mortgage.
All right.
A 580 is going to be the bottom.
Right.
Ideally, our credit scores are above 700.
Okay.
Down payment assistance, 640.
Okay.
Most banks don't want to lend over or under a 620.
Okay.
So if you have a 620 credit score or above, almost all banks will say yes.
So you were saying though, but there's the five. What was it?
But there are some outliers, smaller banks, different investors that will go down to 580.
Okay.
The first thing I would do is I would analyze and look at your credit, and I would see if there are some quick fixes to try to get your scores higher.
Okay.
And the reason is the cost to you is going to be significantly higher, and the hoops that you're going to have to jump through to get the mortgage are going to be a lot more intense.
So I'm going to drill down a little bit here.
Okay.
What do you mean by significantly higher?
So
give me a good, kind of like a quick easy math.
So if someone has a 580 credit score versus a 700 credit score, they may have to pay 5 points or 5% in a cost versus 1%.
Okay, explain that even more.
So on a 500,000,
like I know nothing about it. 5 points is 5% of the loan amount.
Yep. So if you have a $500,000 loan amount, you'd be looking at a $25,000 cost versus maybe a $5,000 cost.
If you were up in the 700 range. At what stage, when somebody's looking to buy a home, do you recommend that they start talking with a lender?
I think as soon as possible.
Like before you even start looking at
Before you even start looking, let's have a conversation so that it's free.
Right. And
what it does, it allows a lender to take a look at your situation and advise accordingly and come up with a plan that you can execute. So for an example, if someone comes to me and they say, hey, this is my situation, I can say X, Y, and Z, these are what we need to work on over the next 6 months, or you're ready to go today.
Right.
But you don't know unless we have that conversation.
Where are we headed?
Okay.
Like 2023, I'm reading that things are going to settle down a little bit, and that I track Lawrence Yun, who's the chief economist for the National Association of Realtors, and he was saying he thinks that when we hit 7% rate, like the rate, that was probably about what we're going to see, and that this year we might slowly start chipping away back down to lower rates. Are you hearing that
so
too?
I'm hearing the same thing. And if you take a look at interest rates and also inflation, you take a look at that over time. And if you look at a graph over the last 40 years, inflation and interest rates go up and down together.
Right.
So inflation peaked and it's been dropping for the last 6 months. And so although interest rates did hit that 7.5% range, we're seeing them come down. We're in the low 6s now. You can even get into the 5% range with a small credit.
Moving into 2023, we saw rates in 4 months hike from 3 to 7%. What do you tell a new buyer?
Couple things. The first thing is that I believe that the most successful people, the best investors, do not follow herd mentality. And what we saw before was that everyone was out making offers. Well, that's not happening right now. Everyone's on the sidelines. So there's some really amazing opportunities to get into your dream home. If you were to try to buy your dream home 1 year ago, the likelihood that you're going to get it is almost zero. Today, you can get it.
And you're saying that because of the multiple offers and just how competitive it was?
Yep, it was competitive. There were multiple offers. You had to pay over asking to even be considered. Today, that's a different story.
Yeah.
And so you see your dream house, you can actually get your dream house today.
Right.
Even though interest rates are higher, that interest rate's not going to last forever.
Yeah.
And so it's a great time to buy right now. I keep encouraging all my clients, buy, go find that home because it is available today.
Right, right. Yeah, I'm finding that we're in this real gray area with homeowners and buyers, and I don't mean gray area negatively, but we're still in a seller's market. I think the latest stats that came out for Nevada County in January, so this would have been December stats, is that our month's worth of inventory is still like less than 3 months in some cases. So the marker for a buyer's market is 6 months or more usually of inventory, and we're at 3.
Right.
So from a selling point of view, even though the market's not red hot, you're still getting a good price for your home relative to 2019. But the catch for the buyers is you have time. You have time to look, even though there maybe isn't as much inventory, the likelihood of just constantly competing with somebody, that's just not the case. So, it's like a great time to sell, and it's also a great time to buy. And really the only elephant in the room that everybody's dealing with is the rates at the moment,
right?
Which hopefully folks will be able to refi in the next couple of years if they buy in at a 6 or 7%.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
and as early as next fall, really.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But I think this place is special.
Yeah.
There's something special about, a business that's been here for 52 years.
Yeah. I feel like I want to come in and have a cup of coffee, dude.
Yeah.
Or beer.
Yeah.
Noel, thanks for having us here.
Yeah.
It's a tour of Nevada City. So this place is an institution. You are a lender and you bought this shop. You're totally in all the way in Nevada County. I love it. 1969 is when this started?
1969.
You want to give me a little bit of the history of that?
We're the third owners, and this started out in a couple kids' garages, and the Strausers owned it for 25 years.
Okay.
And then we bought it from them. They retired, and so we get to be part of this amazing community and this culture, and I'm super excited about it. Nevada City is just growing in the bike area. We have all these new trails coming in, new trails being built. We have our first enduro coming up with 3 stages, 3 downhills, and 10 minutes up the road, we have some of the best flow trails in the country. We've got the new one, Talon. There's also Pellegrin. We've got the Hoot Trail. We've got Scott's Flat Trail.
So we love the Hoot and Scott's.
Oh, yeah.
I've tried Talon.
It's awesome. I think I've done.
That's the loop, right? So
yep, it's the loop
just north of Scott's Trail. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
And it's about a 6-minute downhill, super flowy, big, huge berms, jumpy, just absolutely fun.
That's awesome.
Yep. And then the new one they're currently building, that one's going to be a little bit more advanced with some big gap jumps and some really fun stuff.
Okay.
Hoot, of course, is flowy. Anyone from a 5-year-old to a 75-year-old can ride that, and it's amazing. And then if you just want to go somewhere around town, of course, you can go over to Hirschman Pond, and there's a great single track trail right over there. And that's literally from here, probably take you 10 minutes to get there. Right.
So there's a lot to ride just from here.
Yeah. And there's going to be more. They're building more.
And I understand you might be building a little coffee bar or something.
Yeah. So we're building a coffee bar
and talk shop about bikes.
To be honest, I want to hang out here all day.
Yeah.
Of course, I've got work to do, so I can't just hang out at the bike shop all day. Yeah. But there's a feeling of community, and I think this is a community hub here. People come and they want to talk about their bikes and they want to just be here. So for me, it's a place that it's like a sanctuary, really, for me. There are a lot of people that come in here. They bought their first bike here back in 1970.
That's awesome. That's really cool.
So to be part of something like that, it's a legacy, and it's a cool legacy.
That's really cool.
Yeah.